Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And this is Queen Cancer Tarot, and you are here on Tarot Talk Live. And yes, you guys, it has been a bit of a minute since y'all seen me on this channel, and I do apologize, but I'm here. I am here. The Queen has arrived in the building. And today we got some stuff to talk about. Yep, we do. We are back with another episode of Conspiracy Theories. And y'all, I have to tell you, I don't even know. This isn't, I don't, this is looking really, really sketchy, you guys. And just so you know, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. This is all alleged. Okay. Nothing that I am saying has been proven yet. But there are some things here that we need to discuss. Okay. It's all public information. Streets are talking about it. YouTube is talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. CNN's talking about it. You know, everybody's talking about it. But I have some detailed questions regarding this situation. I know the Diddy trial is getting ready to start on Monday. I know this. And that is one piece of this discussion that we're going to have. But another piece of it is going to be the situation surrounding people that are tied to Diddy. Okay? Because I feel like these are victims first and then abusers. Okay? So we're operating with a double-edged sword. And in one case, I'm not sure we have an abuser. He really looks like just a victim in all of this, and that goes down to Justin Bieber. I will ride for Justin Bieber till the end of the moon, because Justin Bieber was an innocent child. And he was improperly entrusted in the care of devils, demons, dogs. They had very, very little intention on growing Justin for his family's purposes and his legacy. They had every intention on cowering over Justin like prey. Those bright lights, all the money, everything a kid could ever want and desire. Why? Because you literally wanted his innocent blood. And there are a lot higher archies that are involved in this. One, I feel, powerfully tied to that church. I feel like it's a fake way of escape. I feel like, because if you look at Craig Mack and you take a deep dive into Craig Mack's life and how it ended and where he was when it ended, that was a fake way of escape. He escaped into the very arms of, I feel like, those that funded the very people that caused him his demise in the first place. That was a money thing, and it was money and it was power. Okay, that was money and power. With Bieber, it's innocent blood. It's a sacrifice. It is a ritual. All the hand movements, all the symbols, all the things that they do, the innuendos, the things that they do behind closed doors that they don't even care about anymore. What's this with the Diddy video where he literally had the dildo on the bed? Just huge. Like, first of all, men don't keep those hanging around out in the open. They don't. Real men don't need them. That's a whole nother story. So we have innocent blood here. And I feel that Justin was so young and so gifted, and they saw that and they exploited that. They had literal contracts. They built an entire corporation around his destruction and his exploitation. RBMG, allegedly, was created to manage the career of Justin, to usher his talent down the path in which he would be successful and create a legacy for himself and thousands and thousands of families. All from this little 13-year-old little kid. Looks like he's from Scandinavia. I think he's from Canada. Where's Justin Bieber from? He's from Canada. Yeah, London, Canada. Okay. And he started on YouTube showcasing himself. Okay. He was born in 94. Okay. Born in 94. And he was raised primarily by his mother. So so Haley Bieber, his wife, she is the daughter of actor Stephen Baldwin. Okay, he's the youngest of the Baldwin brothers. Hmm. Yeah. So there's that. Canada. He's from Canada. 13-year-old. Showcased his talent on YouTube. Innocent. They saw that. This is when Diddy was so under the radar. It was disgusting. Back in 94 now, think about it. This was before most of the incidents that started taking place in his career that were he's notoriously known for. That's when this kid was born. Diddy was just getting started. Diddy was just getting started. This kid was 13. So let's take it 94, 2004 up. That year means a lot. 2004, 5, 6, 2007. Who was Diddy with in 2007? Cassie. Cassie. He was involved with Cassie Ventura in 2007, which was right around the time that Bieber was discovered. However, the thing is that this relationship began shortly after Diddy's relationship with Kim ended. So he was with Kim at the time that Bieber was discovered. And then their marriage ended. Why? I'm going to take a look into some of these questions and some of this energy, and we'll start with that one. I'm going to go ahead and pull from some oracle here. Okay. I have a new oracle deck here we're going to look at, and it appears to like working with this deck, so we'll go ahead and use both of these in conjunction, and then we will pull from the tarot messages. Okay, so I hope first of all that everybody is safe, happy, healthy, and doing well today. And you all know this is where you come for your dose of conspiracy theories. If you all are interested in other conspiracy theories, there are plenty, okay? Plenty to binge watch on, all right? So just check the playlist, all right? And we will be getting on to John Bonet, you guys. This energy is very, very strong. It supersedes today because whatever it is, it just won't get out of my head. So I've got to look into this right now. And I also feel like my channel, I feel like my channel was shadow banned. You guys, after I started talking about this, things started happening on my other channel with with the algorithms, with the numbers. And I'm just going to say, we rebuke it in the name of Jesus, okay? Period, point blank. Because, honey, we are here to tell the truth. I am not afraid of it. I know that this is exactly what I was supposed to be doing. This is my purpose, okay? And I know that, some others might get intimidated, okay? Intimidated when you have major platforms that appear to be with the bullshit sometimes, but it's not about that. It's about standing for truth. And this is just a test, okay? This is just a test. I know that we will get through the algorithm. Speaking of which, please go ahead and smash those like buttons, you guys. I can't do this without y'all's likes. Okay. So, here we go. I want to know what the energy was around Diddy and Bieber when Kim Porter was around. Did Kim Porter have any awareness of the situation that took place when Diddy? So first of all, let's just see, when did Bieber go to Flavor Camp? That's going to be a huge question. Okay? When did Bieber go to Flavor Camp? Hold on. Yeah, Flavor Camp. Here we go. See? Hmm. 2014. Usher was perhaps 13 or 14. Okay, when he spent a year at Puff Daddy's. But his mentor, Bieber, was 15. There it is, y'all. So the kid was born in 94. In 2004, he would have been 10. 2009, he would have been 15. So it was 2009. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Um, ooh, y'all, it drives me crazy that I can't go back. Oh, come on. Hold on. I'm trying to go to the previous thing. I don't know how to get back. I'll just forget it. Okay, so what year? Yeah, 2009. It says Justin Bieber stayed with Sean Diddy Combs, then known as Puff Daddy, for 48 hours in November of 2009. So that was 11/11. A video titled Justin Bieber's 48 Hours with Diddy was shared on Bieber's YouTube channel. The video shows Bieber and his friends spending 48 hours with Diddy in Los Angeles. Yeah, okay. So that was in 2009. And he was with Cassie in 2007, baby. Okay. He ended his relationship with Kim Porter, I believe, in 2006. Mm-hmm. This is all important. Give me a second. I'm gathering all of my lilies. Hold on one second. 2007, okay? The final time it was in 2007. Okay? And they remained close friends until Porter's death in 2018. Mm, how long did J Lo date Diddy? Okay, 2 years from 99 to 2001. Mm, okay, all right. So that's where I'm going to stop right now with that. Okay, so it was 2007. We know that the paths crossed. We know that Bieber went to Diddy into his custody for 48 hours in 2009. Cassie was with Diddy at that time. Okay. Cassie was with Diddy at that time. So I want to know what the energy was. Um, I want to know what the energy was around Bieber. Okay. Um, at the time that he was with Kim Porter. And then we'll look at the energy around Bieber at the time that Diddy was with Cassie. Okay. I just want to see the difference. Okay. I just want to see. So we have getting readings. And we have Queen B, secure, confident. Okay. Boss bitch, career focused. Okay. So I feel like at this time, Bieber was getting information that he needed to know. He was being advised on a highly spiritual level, or people were in his ear that were giving him information. So this was before he was brought to Diddy. He was focused on his career, he was confident, he was secure in what he was doing. He was, meeting the right people, going into the right places at the right times. Okay. And then we have round and round. We have cycles, triggers, and lessons here. Okay, I feel like also at this time in Bieber's career, I feel like he was really just kind of going around in the same circles, or there was an energy of something was happening where he was being taught, and I'm going to say he was being groomed. I'm going to say he was learning about the industry. He was going around in different social circles and he was getting like comfortable or getting to know different people or being in different groups or different societies. He was being I feel like educated, okay, on the industry in this time. Let's go ahead and pull some more tarot or oracle, and then we'll pull the tarot cards here. So there was some sort of advice that he was getting, whether it was spiritual advice or just advice from someone on a higher level that he could trust, or someone that he trusted, or would believe what this person would say. Okay, to him. So let's see. Tell me about getting readings here. Tell me about getting readings, please. What is it about getting readings that was significant? And we have love here, unconditional love. Yeah. I feel like, and it says selflessness. So again, I feel like, he was being advised by people that loved him, by people that cared about him at this time. Do you see what I'm saying? Tell me about Queen Bee. This is him being more secure in himself, more confident, ready to, begin a career now that he's going round and round in these social circles. He's getting like interested. He's being shown what the life is like. I feel like certain doors were opened up for Justin that don't just get opened up for normal people under normal circumstances. You see what I'm saying? And this is something that Justin wanted. Okay, he wanted to secure this kind of lifestyle. Okay, so let's see what we have here. I'm gonna pull another one because I just want one. Tell me about Queen Bee. Secure, confident, boss, career focused. Tell me about Queen Bee. So there could be some female. Okay, so this says grounding here. I almost thought it said grooming for 1 second, y'all. I'm not even gonna kid you. It says grounded though. But when it first popped out, that was in my head already. And I'm just like, okay. So, stability and security, performance, growth, and endurance. See, you guys, like I said, I really feel very strongly that he was put around certain people to show him what the lifestyle is like, to show him what it could be like if you were to operate in our circle. If you were to operate in our circles and you were brought in to the fold, this is what you could have. Okay, this is what you could have here. Tell me about round and round here. cycles, triggers, and lessons. I feel like they wanted to show him. They wanted him to be triggered by all of that lavishness and luxury. You see what I'm saying? Look at this, y'all. Look at what just fell out. Seduction. Okay? It says attraction, teasing, hooking up and date, third party, and temptation. Again, this is an energy of people wanting to show Justin what the life was like. So I feel like when Usher was with Justin, that was to show him the lavishness. That was to bring Usher, because Usher was around that age. Okay. I don't feel like Usher and Bieber are too far off. Let's see. Let's just look. What is the age difference between um Diddy and Usher? I mean Usher and Bieber. Sorry, guys. Okay, Usher and Bieber go back. Okay, he's 16 years older actually. Okay, my bad. So he was 16 years older than Justin Bieber. That's kind of gross. So he was like 30. Okay. He was like 30 when he was teetering around with Usher. I mean Bieber. 30 years old. Okay. 30 years old. Perry Reed. Pebbles, who's the first wife of producer L.A. Reid, urged him to immediately contact Bieber's management after they sat down to watch the teenager's YouTube videos. So that's what happened. Because he was an upcoming pop icon. Okay. He was introduced in 2008. 2008, 1 year. Okay. 1 year before he was brought to Diddy. Like I said, there was about a year's worth of taking this pop singer, this kid who was just having fun doing his thing, doing what he loved. Do you see what I'm saying? And brought him into this situation here. The Queen Bee. Okay. I feel like that's Usher. Usher came in as this Queen Bee. And with grounding here, this was going to be who groomed, who basically triggered this kid to wanting to have everything that he had, how, like, whatever it was that he had to do to get this. They seduced this kid by tempting him. I mean, so the energy around Bieber was that he was being tempted, he was being shown the life. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the tarot messages here, because this is starting to get very clear as to how this starts with these people. Okay, and they use these women as ushers. Some of them knowing, some of them unknowing. But I believe a lot of them that want that money, that lifestyle, I believe they know. I believe they know. So let's see. Tell me more, please, about Bieber. Tell me about Bieber, please. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides. Tell me about Bieber, please. Oh, already not liking what I'm seeing. Look at this. Card that popped up, face up, was the Five of Pentacles here. Show it to you, wiggle it in your face, and then take it away. Triggering this kid. We have the World here. Second card that popped up. The World. First card that was face down here is the Four of Wands. This is the promise. This is the fake promises. This is the commitments. Wouldn't you like to have something like this someday? Didn't Diddy promise Bieber a Lamborghini? That he was going to give it to him when he turned like 15 or 16. Yeah, there's the promises. And and then opening doors, giving you a taste, grooming you. It's like they don't want me to speak, y'all. I'm getting choked up. It's like they don't want this message to come out. They don't. They want to somehow taunt me. I don't care about the numbers. I care about the truth, okay? I don't care about the numbers. I care about the truth coming out, and here it is. With Round and Round and Seduction and the World, listen, this is a classic tale. You dance with the devil, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay. And there's only one thing that the devil wants for a dance with him. Okay? There's only one thing that the devil wants for a dance with him. So they use this as a form of triggering with this kid. So I feel like he was being taken advantage of in a horrible manner. You have the Four of Cups and you have the Hierophant. Okay? These were people that he looked up to. These were the top of the echelon. These were people that he was planning on learning everything from. And I feel like with that Four of Cups energy at this time, it was more of a, I don't know if you're really ready for this lifestyle. You know, there's certain things that you may have to prove if you want to be, you know, have people open up their bank accounts and things of that nature. I feel like it was and I'm starting to get nauseated. Hold on. Satan, the Lord rebuke you in Jesus' name. So I tell you one thing, it won't stop me. So they started to tempt him with all of these material things. And I feel like he needed to prove now. Now they put him to the test. And that's when they sent him to Diddy. But these were all promises here. I feel like there was some sort of a commitment that was made to Justin Bieber's family, his mother, namely, that allowed him to even do this. I feel like it was his management at the time that he was working with as well. It was all money. It was all money here. All right. But I feel like Justin may have been getting readings at this time, or there was an energy of Justin had someone in his ear that did advise him or cared about him. Tell me about this Four of Wands here. And you have the Six of Cups. There was a close friend that was around Justin, someone that he, was had been friends or close to since he was a kid. So there could have been someone that he was related to that was around him, or someone that he knew. But we have the Star here, okay, and we have the Page of Wands. So I feel like there was an energy of wanting to have this star, live this celebrity lifestyle. I feel like there's an energy of wanting to have this more than anything. And I feel like decisions were made. Okay. Risky decisions were made. It just seemed like it would be a lot of fun at the time. Do you see what I'm saying? I feel like there's an energy of someone had this idea of Justin expanding, okay, and collaborating with other artists, which was huge back in 2009. That's when, like, all the boy bands and everything had disbanded in the 90s, and in the 2000s you got these individual singers that have been doing their thing for a minute, and that needed to be kind of rebranded, and so they started coming out with collaborations, remixes. You started to see all that stuff come in. So I feel like that was the thing. It was like, this is something new, this is going to be great for your career. You're going to be able to really break through. You're going to break in, the big time. And so I feel like this just kind of took over. You know what I'm saying? And they were happy for Justin, I'm sure, because they thought that it was an opportunity of a lifetime here. But with the Five of Pentacles, they didn't realize that he would just be kind of left to the wolves here. There's an energy of him really, really being alienated by these people, and just very, very, that's when I see Five of Pentacles, that is someone who feels abandoned or isolated in a situation. Okay, this is a very insecure type energy. It's someone who feels like they're going through a hardship here. But we have the Queen Bee, who is with grounding here. It's like performance here, stability and security. It's like if you just perform, there's an energy of, if this person were if they just performed, they wouldn't be left out. You know what I'm saying? If you were just to perform for the people in these circles that are opening these doors for you, do what they ask of you, then you'll have what you want. If you don't, then you'll be out in the cold and you will never see a musical career ever in your life. Do you see what I'm saying? They got him close enough to smell it, feel it, taste it just a little bit, and then I feel like they gave him an ultimatum. Tell me about this. Look at this. Ace of Pentacles. See, this was an opportunity. This was like the beginning of a new and wonderful career. You know what I'm saying? And this is what it looks like now. But just think of what it can be. And we have the Judgment card here. See, this was about someone who's making a decision, who is really kind of left to reflect on all of this that they have just been shown. This Ace of Pentacles, this wonderful new opportunity. Now this person is left to evaluate, either I want this luxury lifestyle, and all I have to do is, just what the queen bee says, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be accepted. I'll be accepted in these circles. You see what I'm saying? They'll take me and they'll teach me, and I'll grow, and I'll be the biggest pop star, teen kid pop star that ever existed. They promised him that. They told him that. They showed him that this is what he would get. Okay? This was their way of triggering him and seducing him. Okay? This was it. This was the world. This is that way of them being able to show him you could have all of this or you could lose it all. They literally seduced him with the world, almost like Lucifer in the Bible. I'm telling you right now, that's what this sounds like. It just sounds hideous to me that somebody's child was in this position to have to accept or deny this. Tell me about the world, please. Tell me about the world, please. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides. And we have the Knight of Cups. See, they were seducing this kid. Look at this, y'all. The Knight of Cups. This is seduction. This is flirting. This is some sort of negotiation or a negotiator that's sitting here and making this negotiation with this little innocent child. Like, where was his management team? Where were the people that loved him, that were giving readings in the beginning of his career? Where were they? Something broke down when Usher got a hold of this kid. Scooter Braun, it was a money grab for him. Scooter Braun created RBMG to sell BIEBER. To sell BIEBER. Under the deck here, we have the Four of Swords. And they did all this, and this kid, it was like he didn't even know. They did all of this under his nose. Why? Because look, the promises, everything that they promised that he would get in return. Everything that they promised that he would receive in return. Let's now look at the energy. Let's go forward to 2009. Now we have Usher that has successfully shown this kid things, broke some doors open, and now he's been groomed to go to the big dogs. Now he's going to take a ride down to ATL. And they're going to go to the flavor camp. So let's look at the energy here. What is the energy around BIEBER when he goes down to the Diddler's flavor camp? He was the notorious Puff Daddy at the time, y'all. 2009, he was shucking and jiving. In my famous words of Tisa Tells, shucking, jiving, do anything. Oh, she cracks me up, but yes, that part. Okay? Please go check Tisa Tells out. She tells it like it is with Diddy. Okay? She is right here on YouTube, baby. But what is the energy here around Diddy and BIEBER around Bieber when he went to go see Diddy? What is the energy surrounding Bieber during this time? Ooh. Holy Spirit, angels, that one on the floor. Okay. 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 So, card that turned up that we could see that fell on the floor was I Miss You. Okay. I'm going to give you my thoughts on this right now with this I Miss You, because to me, I feel like this is Justin. This is Justin, but I feel like he's currently missing something from the past. He's missing something that he doesn't have with him right now. And I feel like this is a trusted individual. I feel like this is a safe place. Okay? He is missing his family. Y'all, my heart. Hold on. Let's go back. So we have self love in the reverse, you guys. Self love in the reverse. Like this kid is not even wanting to look in the mirror. This kid lost his innocence when he went down there to Diddy. I don't know what Diddy did to this poor kid. We have spiritual gifts here. I feel like there was someone who was very spiritual in Bieber's life that he was no longer around. Or there was an energy of Bieber had spiritual gifts. And I feel like that side, like it left. I feel like there's an energy of it. He missed that. There was an energy of there was something a connection that he had that was a spiritual connection. And I feel like this person was not around. And I feel like whatever took place at that Flavor Camp 48-hour section, 48-hour session. I said, I don't know what I was getting ready to say, but session that he had at Diddy's Flavor Camp, it took away every bit of ounce of confidence that this kid had in himself. Every bit of self-respect that he had for his own self, it was lost. It was lost. Tell me about Justin, please. Tell me about Justin. So we have cutting out separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment. Ooh, we have two. The dragonfly and keys on a ring here. It says things coming to light and heal. Many options, unconventional, one night stand and string along. Okay. This keys on a ring. Wasn't this when he offered Justin that gave him that promised him that Lamborghini when he turned 16, that he was going to give it to him? Do you think that this man did something and said that, people would find out about it if he told? It says lighthearted and adapt, finding out and change, things coming to light and heal. I feel like he did something to Justin. I feel like he also blackmailed the kid and said that, listen, if you don't want this everybody to find out, what we did, you better not say anything, and if you don't say anything, I promise I'll give you this Lamborghini when you turn 16. It'll all be yours, and everything like this, everything that I have will be yours. Spiritual gifts here. This demon person was on demon time. This wasn't a light worker. This wasn't a light working spirit. This was seduction. Cycles, triggers, lessons. And we have blowing a kiss was the final card. This was Diddy at the end. Affection returned. Fairness and love. Giving and receiving. Blowing you a kiss, like, don't forget what we talked about. Do you see what I'm saying? It was like some sort of a sick way of control, triggering. Oh my God. This is it. This is how he triggered Justin. This is actually really sad, you guys. And I see how Justin is hurting right now. But it was not his fault. He was triggered. He was groomed. He was taken away from his loved ones, the ones that were advising him on a spiritual level, on a soul level. He got removed from his people. He was trusted in the care of this queen bee here, which I feel like Usher is the queen bee. This is awful. This is awful. And it says engagement ring. This is some sort of a ritual. This is like they brought him into this to be used, and then it turned into something that was on such a low energetic level. By the time they got done with him, they were basically prostituting this kid. To anybody in the industry. They separated, cutting out, separation. They manipulated him. They took everything away from him that was advising him as to what to look out for. Everybody that loved him they took away to the point where he didn't even love himself. They cut this kid down so bad. Tell me about Justin, please. Tell me about cut down self-love in the reverse here. And you have the Three of Swords. See? They didn't care about what they did to this kid. They didn't care about what they took from him, what he lost. They didn't care about hurting him. And then we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse here. This talks about just yielding, just giving yourself up to these people. Okay, with the keys on a ring and the dragonfly, it's like, they're gonna embarrass me. They're gonna tell all my friends and family that, I'm this terrible person, and you know, at least this way I can take care of my family. I can make up for the wrong that I did, or, the bad choices that I made. They literally messed this kid up like right away. It didn't take long. And he went on such a strong spiral. It was because of the choices that they forced him to have to make. Tell me more about Justin. Y'all, we got the Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Strength card in the reverse. You guys, this is someone who is literally oppressed. This is someone who cannot get support from anyone that they turn to. With the Strength card in the reverse, this is an energy of someone who is being forced upon something they don't want to do. This is an energy of someone who is got a very low confidence in themselves. Very low confidence. And they knew this. Y'all, my heart is crying for this situation with Justin. This kid was traumatized from the moment they separated him. That Three of Swords talks about separation. They separated him from everything that he loved, everything that would be advising him, everything that would teach him to care about himself. They separated it. We have the Queen of Swords. See, this is an energy of, listen, these people, they knew what they were doing. You see what I'm saying? They knew what they were doing. They also knew that Justin had too many people around him that, either cared about him or were looking out for his best interests, and they wanted to separate him from anyone who would question. Anyone who would question anything. Look at this. Four of Cups. This talks about separation. 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 Three of Swords. Separation. Cut down. The second word on this card says what? Separation. Come on, y'all. When are y'all going to open up your eyes? They wanted to separate this kid from everything that he knew and loved. And they offered him stardom as some sort of a consolation prize. Tell me about the Seven of Wands in the reverse. They wanted this kid to the point where he couldn't fight back. They offered him a choice that he had to yield to. He had no choice. He was backed into a wall. Either you'll be shamed and we'll make the shame of you and you won't have a career either, or you can be a star and get a whole Lamborghini when you turn 16. Look at this. Three of Swords in the reverse, y'all. We can make this all go away. Everything can get better if you just repress these emotions. If you just don't don't tell people why you're hurting, why you're starting to do, you know, narcotics. Don't tell people why you're starting to go downhill and you know, you're unhappy, you're devastated. Don't tell people what's really going on. Keep this secret. Look at this, 9 of swords. Suffer in silence, Justin. Or with the 2 of swords, will cut you completely off. And this is plenty of swords here. Plenty. 11 swords. Karmic. Karmic. They threw him under the bus. You have 11 plus 3 here. 14 swords. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 swords. Manipulation and mind games with a child. Bullying and intimidation tactics. You make sure you don't want all your truth to come out about all the things you did. You don't want all these tapes to come out. I'm not going to be the only one that goes down. I could hear Diddy triggering this kid, exploiting him. Tell me about spiritual gifts here. Round and round triggering. 10 of Wands in the reverse and the Strength card in the reverse. We have the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. This talks about lack of cohesion, lack of teamwork. This is an energy of people that are in some sort of a group, and all of a sudden there's a conflict. One of the members is like ready to jump ship, and there's an energy of needing to get things under wraps. We need to get this drawn back in because it's getting out of hand. Look at this, 7 of swords. We have to keep this secret. And you have the King of Swords here. This person is all of a sudden standing up and doing the right thing. And we need to keep this under wraps. I feel like this person, I feel like Justin Bieber started to fight back. And I feel like they intimidated him to a point where he didn't say anything. He kept quiet. You have the Page of Cups and you have the Hierophant. This is someone who is keeping what they know to themselves. They're not sharing the truth with anybody. It's going to stay to themselves with the 9 of Pentacles. They're just going to enjoy the fruits of one's labor. They're not going to ripple any waves. They just want to get this bag. That's it at this point. They've been damaged, but they just want to get the money now. And I feel like until now, now that he realizes that the promises that they made weren't real. 7 of Wands here. See, now there's an energy with the 8 of Wands. Everything has changed. Everything that these people said and promised, they didn't give. There's an energy of they didn't give. And now, with that 7 of Wands, I feel like now Justin is standing up and wanting to defend himself. Before, with that 8 of Wands, all of this stuff starts to come out. I feel very strongly that he's dealing with that right now. The demons of what is going to be exposed. And it's going to come down to my reputation or my life. I don't think that he's going to spare his life. or his child, baby Jack. I just don't. Not to bring a child into this, God forbid. But I'm just saying, this he has something to live for here. You have the King of Wands to the Queen of Wands. Listen, they not playing. Ten of Pentacles here. There's also a whole legacy. Like I said, everything is on the line. And I feel like he recognizes that. He realizes that. And he knows that he is going to be likely a very key witness to bringing Puff Daddy down. Do you think that he's going to be a secret witness or a witness for the prosecution? Do you think? Can we say that Justin Bieber will be brought into this courtroom, explosive courtroom battle? Let's see. Will Justin be brought into this court situation that is currently ongoing? I'm just going to pull two here. So we have Wish and Thug. Wish and Thug. I feel that it has absolutely been his number one focus is that Diddy gets locked up for good. Period. I think that he wants Diddy to get the good old clink clank. And I feel like this is something that this kid has been deep down in his heart and mind and soul wishing and hoping for. Now, I'm going to end this with a screen recording of Steve Baldwin making comments about Justin Bieber recently, right after this stuff came out with Diddy. And I want y'all to tell me between the lines what he was saying. Under the deck, we have love, hate, and true colors. Now, you can't make this up. And goodbye. Baby, what? What? What does that look like? He wants Diddy to go away. There's a love-hate relationship. I feel like because Diddy, like I said, ruined him emotionally. He manipulated him and made him believe so many things. And then he hates him because he sees the true colors of the situation. He sees Diddy for exactly what he is and was, a thug that needs to be locked up. Hello? Not happy? No, he is not. He is ready for Diddy to get his day. And he's going to make sure of it. Okay. He's been through so much. He doesn't have to listen. He's got plenty of money, I'm sure. His testimony is going to be very valuable. Look at this. First one that I see is cutting ties. Ship. Look at this. Moving on. Receive what you need. Progression and arriving, baby. And then we got love call. Expressing love. Messages of love. Thinking of you. Informing you. Listen, baby. This is a message that Bieber has strictly for Diddy that I'm coming for you. I'm just letting you know. When he cut ties with Scooter Braun, when he cut ties with Usher, when he cut ties with RBMG Records, I knew that something was going on with Bieber. Everybody else wanted to say, oh, he was upset because of this, deal or whatever that Scooter made and how it was really bad for him and he's unhappy. No, he's not. He's not happy. It's true. He's not happy. But it has a lot more to do with any goddamn record deal. And I have a feeling this card that I'm about to turn over. Oh my God. Look at this. Y'all, it's over. He wants Diddy gone. It says new beginnings, liberation, reborn and transition and tragic endings. Baby, Bieber, I'm not mad at you at all because it was wrong. Everything that I just saw, I literally shed plenty of tears during this reading, y'all. Because I was emotionally overwhelmed. Y'all know I'm an empath and I take on that shit. It's heavy for me. This is ugly. I never ever want to envision anybody that I know ever being in a situation like this. Bieber, I'm so sorry. And I don't know what Diddy said to you on that golf course, but it was not right. It wasn't right. Whatever he did was triggering. I feel like it just brought the shit out for you again. I feel like that triggered you. It was meant to trigger you. It did. And I feel like these people don't know exactly what they just did. Under the deck, we have shock. Okay. And we have mirror and we have healthy choices. Look, with that same engagement ring, see that promise you made is going to come back and you're going to be looking at it right in the face, Diddy. Okay, because it's going to be the shock of the century when this kid walks into the courtroom. And I don't mean literally, it's going to be like in the way of testimony. It's going to be like some sort of like, subpoena, his testimony situation. He may be like a remote witness or something. Nowadays, the way they have it set up, like this kid, listen, y'all don't quote me. Just watch and wait and take it how it resonates. Okay. That's all I can say. Whew. Y'all, this is a lot. Oh my goodness. That's too much too. That was too much too. Tell me about Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. Holy Spirit, angels and guides, tell me about Justin, please. Okay. So, is he going to be a witness or does he want Diddy to go down? So we have the Page of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So this talks about bad investments. This is an energy of someone who's extremely stingy. With that Queen of Pentacles, this is someone who's very passionate. There's also an energy of someone who's quietly making their moves or quietly watching and waiting. With that Page of Swords, this is an energy of like a third party coming in to communicate on this person's behalf. Okay. Under the deck, you have the Lovers, the Two of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. What did I tell you? The Lovers, the Two of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, and then we have the Hanged Man and the Nine of Wands. So this talks about waiting for something to happen. Waiting. Wow. Tell me about the Page of Swords, please. And you have the Devil. I feel the Knight of Swords. This talks about someone coming in, rushing in, exposing, I feel like, this toxic energy, telling people in a third party format, okay, what this person did. There's going to be an exposure. Someone is going to be giving like a third party account, okay, of things that took place. Tell me about shock here and the Lovers. Shock and the Lovers, please. And look, the Page of Swords. See, there's going to be something that gets told, something that someone is going to say. It's going to be explosive. We have the Nine of Cups here and the Ace of Cups under the deck. That's 10 cups here. And oh my God, then we have the 10 of Cups. You guys. Y'all, there's going to be a huge shock. Oh my God, y'all. We got the 10 of Cups and the Lovers here. Y'all, with the 8 of Cups. Listen, there is going to be a huge shock. Something is going to come out about this relationship that took place. You got a lot of love. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of cups. There's a lot of emotions around this. And this person is looking really kind of nervous to me. They look really concerned about this cup that is missing. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, this person is going to be shocked. I feel like Diddy right now feels that in his heart of hearts, he knows that Bieber would never turn on him. Never. He feels like as though he's safe with the Nine of Wands, the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. He feels very confident with that Six of Wands that this kid would never say anything with the Queen of Pentacles. He feels very confident that Bieber's going to stay quiet. But with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, baby, this is, like I said, he's putting his money in the wrong place. He is waging his bets on the wrong one. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, because like I said, money isn't doing so well for Bieber right now, and they literally stole millions for. Look at this, Five of Pentacles. I'm telling you right now, money is not doing well. His investments, all of his friends, everybody, everything that he had, he's losing. It's leaving, and he's losing it. The promises that they kept are not being, the promises that they made are not being kept. You have the sun and you have the moon. Look at this with the Seven of Cups. This person, they don't know like what's happening here. Everything that you promised, everything that you said that I would receive, I don't have it. I'm not seeing it. Was it all just a lie? The Six of Pentacles, it was like these people only wanted to take from this kid. They didn't give anything back. And he wants them to pay. He wants them to pay. They pretended that they cared about him. They did. The Lovers, Two of Cups, the Queen of Swords. They pretended that they cared about him, but they didn't. The Hanged Man and the Nine of Wands. The Hanged Man and the Nine of Wands. The Hanged Man, and we have the Three of Wands. Baby, they think that he's gonna sit around and sacrifice himself for these people. They're wrong. They're wrong, because he is getting ready to set sail. We have the Three of Wands and the Two of Cups here with the Hermit. Like I said, him and his wife are going to go off and take baby Jack, and they're going to go and live their lives. Okay, after this trial is over, after his testimony, his subpoenaed, probably grand jury sequestered testimony is going to be in sealed documents. I feel like these things are going to come out in court. Period. I feel like the feds have a way stronger case than they have been alluding to. I I'm just reading the energy that I'm seeing here. Okay, and it is what it is. I'm going to pull some more oracle before we close the message. Okay, let's pull some more oracle for you, Justin. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides, tell me about Justin, please. So we have obsession. We have no. And we have strife. Under the deck, lonely, surgery, and decision, and new career. Meddler, soul tie, reconcile, and family. Listen, they're not going to be able to get in the middle of what Justin is building now, which is his family. Okay, he is building his family. This is something that I feel like one of the promises that he made, and this is the promise that he is planning on keeping. Okay, this situation with this Hollywood situation, that was all an obsession. I feel like he's about to turn them all down. He's going to start saying no. Okay, he's going to start saying no, and this is going to be the right thing for him. Strife, I feel like third party meddling. These people, these manipulators that have been gaslighting him, are going to come back around, but he is going to make different decisions. With surgery and lonely here, I feel like he's getting ready to travel down a very, very lonely path. He's not going to have a whole lot of people around him. But didn't one of his people say his circle is tighter? His circle is definitely tighter or whatever these days. And yeah, Bieber is keeping the people around him that matter, that only the people around him that matter, period. Right? And that's what you're going to see. Literally, they're not going to be able to meddle with anything when it comes to his family, the things that he loves. Soul tie, reconciliation, reconcile, and family. That's where his focus is going to be. And time within a year. So I feel like within a year's time, this kid is going to be, at a place where he's healing. Okay. These people that tried to steal from him, they're going to get what they deserve. They're going to get what they deserve. I hope you guys enjoyed this message. I will be back with more. I have other questions because there's one person that's name came up in the crosshairs that I don't really appreciate seeing. Okay. I don't really appreciate seeing this person's name. But we're going to be coming up with a very special conspiracy theory to focus around this, because I really do feel like now, after a lot of the videos, putting things together, things that I've seen, things that I've heard, and just the shift, the overall shift in this person's energy, it's given me ritualistic, y'all. It's giving me Baphomet. It's giving me negative vibes here. I don't even want to speak that in here. In Jesus' name, Lord, cleanse the room and the energy, because I don't want that negativity around me in any way. Okay, in Jesus' name. And I hope that you all take these words in kind. But again, this is all alleged. It's all for entertainment purposes only. All right. None of these things have been proven to be true yet. But we'll see. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.